Here we got a Nakamichi TA-1A amplifier. It's completely dead, so we're gonna pop it on open and see what's going on with it. That's what the front looks like. That's what the back looks like. Your usual stuff. So let's pop this open, see what's going on. There's the inside. First things first, fuses. One here, which is blown. Nothing going on there. So there's our beep. Nothing going on there, so that one's blown. So that gets me to think that maybe the output transistors are bad. But we'll have to desolder these and take them out, get a good measurement on them. But enjoy that shot a second. Nothing looks burnt up. It doesn't look like any of them exploded. They all look in one piece. So let's see. Oh, nice. They actually gave us an access panel we can pop off. Look at that. All the access we need. We need to get right here to desolder them. Boy, that board looks awful warped. Just looking at it at an angle. Let's see if I can show it. I don't think you'll be able to see this in there, but this board, it goes in, you know. Dips. I don't know why they've made it do that. I think maybe they cut the legs on the transistors too short or something, and they forced this board down and then soldered them on. That's what it looks like. Huh. Let's see what we got if we just ohm some things out here, or use the beeper here. I believe there's a resistor across the outside, the two outside ones, but that's a dead short right there between those two. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so it looks like this one is shorted. So we got a bad one right there. But if I'm able to get these, I would just buy all 4 of these, because that would make more sense to replace them all than just one, because then you put it back together and then another one blows, you know. So it would make sense to replace them all. So I guess what I'm gonna do is pop all these out of there and actually see if I can find them too, and then I'll get back with you. So I got the parts removed. Uh, this is just two of them. I got the other two laying over here. And I was able to find some replacements. They're not the original replacements. I could have got those from China or Shanghai or wherever that place was. The usual where you get like components from over there. But I want to try something different, so I just got them from NTE, and they had some that are exactly like these, but different numbers. So for the C3181N transistor, it's the NTE 36 that replaces it, and for the A1264N, it's the NTE 37 that replaces it. Now the only real big difference that I noticed between the old and the new, by looking at the data sheet, is that the power dissipation is a little bit higher. It's on the old ones it's 80 watts, and on the new ones it's 100 watts. That's really the only thing that I noticed difference, but everything else is the same. So we're going to go ahead and put these NTEs in there and see how they work. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll try this out afterwards. I do got to replace the fuse too. I think I mentioned that the fuse was blown, so I'll get these put in there and then we'll give it a try. Hey, and we're back. I got everything put together. Look what we have here. We have ignition in the front. Beautiful. Give you a little short story about what happened. I put these parts in, put the new parts in, and I had this all hooked up through a light bulb and a variac so I could limit the current when I turned it on, just to make sure that everything was working right. And my light bulb was turning bright after I put the new transistors in, and that told me that something was still shorted. So I'm like, okay, I'll search around a little bit. So I did, and it took me quite a while I found the schematic online for this amp, and I was looking through it and I disconnected the outputs of the transistors. I disconnected them all completely, and I could turn the whole thing on, and the front would come on and everything would come on. And then I just connected just the base of the transistors, turned it on, everything was fine, and then I connected the collectors, and all of a sudden I could almost seem like it was getting warm too quick, but it didn't seem. I don't remember the light coming on. That could be my brain failing me now. But what happened was, I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but this resistor right here and this resistor right here that are connecting both the bases of the different transistors together, two of the transistors together on the left side and the right side, right channel, left channel, they got kind of warm, and you can see they smoked. but they still read good, but they smoked. So I'm like, okay, something ain't going on right here. So I got thinking about it, and I got looking at everything, and I got looking back at these transistors, and I must have had an old fogey moment or something, and I realized that I put the transistors in there backwards, the new transistors in there backwards. I put the NPNs where the PNPs should go, and vice versa. So that's why it was giving me a hard time, and you know, I'm like driving me crazy. So after I figured that out at 12:30 in the morning last night, I swapped the transistors, put new resistors in there that weren't burnt, and everything works fine now. So that was a whole story about this. I also did find, I'll show some pictures here of a couple, I went over the whole back of the circuit board, and I found some bad solder joints. I like to do that every time I fix something like this, is look for bad solder joints and fix them, because you know what that causes issues, things to stop working. So that's a good habit to get into. Always look for bad solder joints. So yeah, that's great. Everything's good now. We got the NTE transistors in there instead of the originals that were in there, green and black. But like I said, everything's the same on the data sheet except for the power dissipation. But yeah, this is it's on. I got my little MP3 player hooked up to it, and just to show you that it works, let me start up the MP3 player here. Oh, what did it do? It shut off on me. It did. It shut off on me. Let me go right here, and there we go. So you can hear we have sound. So everything's working right. That's probably pretty loud coming to the speakers there, or to the video recorder. But yeah, works good. The customer would definitely be happy. He said he would love to have this thing working again, and it looks like he's going to get it back in working condition. Alright, I think that's all I have, so I guess we'll see you on the next one.